Hello, yes, AJ. Look here. Your memo is wrong, eh? The memo that you have is not correct. When you work out, this is what you work out firstly. So the first part of your memo, show for x1 they use 2.2. Now, when you substitute that in the equation, there's 2.2. The mistake that they made was there's a negative outside the bracket. So the value that you get after you substitute it in, you end up with minus 1,992. But then the memo made a mistake. There's a negative outside. So when you multiply the negative, you end up with error 1 is 1.992 positive. And in the bottom part, you have 11.12. Your final answer for E1 is 0,179. So when you substitute this value and you substitute it back 2.2 minus 0,179, you should get 2.02. Your memo gave a wrong answer. Your memo made a mistake. They didn't take this negative into consideration. And then when you substitute it in here, they get a wrong answer. They do not get 2,02. Then that's applying the Newton method the first time. When you do it the second time, because they say you must apply it twice, when you do it the second time, then it's not working out. It's actually stopping. Because then E3, if you work the error out there, you take 2.02 now, the new value, which they don't have. But suddenly they continue with this method, which is obviously wrong. So 2.02, if you substitute the top and the bottom, you're supposed to get minus 3.18, and then again multiply it with a negative outside. Your final answer there should be 0.4149. Then to get x3, you will have 2.02 minus 0.4149. Then you end up with 1.605, but your roots was given as between 2 and 3. And this method works like this. If you only work this method out until it fails, which it doesn't work. This is obviously doesn't work because you should get a value between 2 and 3 on the graph. You get now, if you do it correctly, which the memo didn't do, you end up with 1.605. So this method actually, it fails by the second time you use the Newton method. So the first one is wrong. Now that memo is wrong, and that's normal because they every time make mistakes. It doesn't matter in which question paper. They made a mistake because I don't know the formula that you're supposed to use when you work out error is E1 is the formula, but with a negative outside. So you will have a bracket with the whole formula, and in the bottom part obviously is you differentiate the formula. So this I believe you know this you should know. And then when you substitute it back, the answer that you get there, obviously, so the memo made a mistake here. They didn't take this into consideration here, because you should not get a negative answer for the first part. And then the x2, when you get the x2 value, is the value that comes in here will be the value that you chose. So this is the value you chose minus whatever value you got. And yes, the formula normally, when you use this Newton method, you normally pick a value in between. Because I see they use 2.2. You normally take a value because it's an estimation. So I just made this. If you perhaps, like I did, I just tried it out. You can choose a value. You normally choose the middle, a value in the middle. So if it's between 2 and 3, normally you should choose 2.5. So if you work it out, your first method, and you work it out, you end up with 2.3 here. And then you use the method again. So if you use it again, you get 2.23. And then you use it again. So you can actually use it 3 times. You're supposed to get I get 2.08, the final answer, which is very close to my root given as 2 or 3. So that question is completely wrong. The method works. Take any value. I don't know why they use 2.2. You should normally advisable to take the middle value and work it out until the method fails. And the method fails only, it fails if you get a value that's obviously it's not between, it must be between the roots 2 and 3. So if your value is 1,6 or anything less than 2,3 or more than 3,4, is not in that region. So yeah, you gave me a sum that's not right. It's only the first part, but you should check it out.